How's it going, guys? I'm up here. I actually brought a barrel full of water up here to make an ice tray and found this natural one. My new base is right there. In case you're wondering where I'm at. Supposedly this saw will work, and yes it does. I don't have to have silk touch to get ice. Alright, so I'm going to grab some of this and we're going to go try to make aluminum with ice and bauxite. And I'm also going to tell you guys about the updates that came out today while we do it. That way you got something to listen to and look at while this thing is cooking up, because this is the first time I've ever tried it and I want to show you guys how well it works or how bad I fail. Man, that looks like a chunk error where I mined out all that vein of magnetite there. But I got the basic floor done here, or at least what I'm going to do. I still have yet to decide what I'm going to do with the ceiling. I got this big hole over here I gotta fill, even if I leave this kind of natural looking. And I gotta get the glass wrapped around. Anybody that cares about design, tell me what you think of the way I got the glass. I want to be able to see out for the view all the way around the base, but I don't know. I don't really like how it looks with the glass sitting right on the bricks there. I also attempted to make it look a little better on this side from the bottom, putting upside down stairs there. And this is my attempt at a railing. Again, I am a terrible designer, so I'm sure y'all could probably come up with something a little better. And if anybody wants to try, let me know. I will gladly give you my world save, and you can come on in here and give it your best shot. And looks like we're out of stuff again. And my inventory's full, which that's nothing new. It's always full. I actually emptied it out today. I had it completely empty after I did my video yesterday. And now it's back to being full again. I guess that just means I've been working hard, which I have. I made a titanium wrench because I'm tired of monkey wrench because I'm tired of not being able to do it. For some reason, I had to make a new suit. I don't know where my other one went. It like just disappeared. I went in the nether, grabbed all this stuff, got 3 blaze rods, obviously found a temple or a fortress, and I'm going to throw some of this extra stuff in here to get it out of my way for now. I'll put it away later. I actually got this in the nether. I didn't know it was possible to get them in the nether, because I do believe you gotta find them things in the overworld. But if anybody cares to see it, I'll show you what that's for. 1 titanium scrap. Alright. And I need to cook a little bit more titanium because I want to make a titanium saw. And I still got 7 in there. Alright, so we're supposed to put all 16 of these in here. which will fill it right to the rim. And then drop that in the top. And then throw this in here. Light it on fire. And let's put our suit on. In case anybody doesn't know, there's a redstone torch underneath here. And by doing that, you can just shift click it on and off. While that's cooking up there, I've also been running a bunch of stuff through both machines here. I actually got some carbon. I got all this ash waiting to be centrifuged. And I don't know what I did earlier that this thing wasn't working properly, but it's working properly now. I hit the switch, it does its job, it runs through. When it gets done, light will turn it off, so it's not wasting any power. Alright, let's get into this update. There was 3 API changes. I'm not really going to read them because I never know what any of them are for, and it really doesn't involve any of us that are just playing. Mainly just development stuff. Default unification targets not getting set properly, causing them to be overwritten by prefix items and prefix blocks, was fixed. I'm not sure what unification targets there was an issue with. I did join Greg's development IRC today, so I can start getting more information about some of these things to let you guys know. Let's see. Next thing, fixed a server issue when doing certain things with Gregtech tools. I have no idea what server issue there was because I use tools on the Thylacraft server and I've never had an issue, but that must be something they found over on Carrera. It's the only other server I know running Gregtech 6 at the moment. Let's see. Fix not being able to use fluids in the electrolyzer due to recipes only existing for dust. Okay, so that's good that that was fixed. There is pinchers added. These are for picking things up out of the molds. Use 2 curved, a screw, 2 rods, screwdriver, and a hammer. Basically just like every other tool. This is going to melt at 2800. Holy crap. Wait a minute, can I go that high? Or am I just wasting lignite here? I didn't realize it went that high. 2183. I better look this up. Vanadium crucible. Yeah, I can't get that high. Son of a gun. Okay, so I guess that's a complete and utter fail because I'm a moron. Because I didn't look to make sure. So I gotta find a molly vein before I can even do this. So let's go ahead and snuff this out. Stop wasting all of my lignite in there. Not like it's a big deal. Glad I decided to look that up before I melted down my damn crucible. I'll let it cool down and see if I can get the ice back out. Ice isn't a big deal. Alright, next. Seafoam. Whole bunch of seafoam stuff. Does it have the dash in it? Okay, we have fresh seafoam. This is before it's been cooled. This is the regular seafoam. So this is construction foam. You make it by spraying it on. This is spray seafoam here. Basically use black seafoam and empty spray cans. Spray cans are made with redstone in an empty cell, saw, and file. Same as it has been pretty much, I think. And then the seafoam itself is made in a mixer with construction foam and chemical black dye. The construction foam is stone dust times 6, silicon dioxide times 2, and small pile of clay dust. That small pile of clay dust you can get from gravel. So just sift your gravel, and that's how you can get that. Let's see. The chemical dye is from hemp seed oil or linseed oil and regular seed oil, and water mixed black dye. Water mixed black dye is just the dye and water in a mixer. So if you're going to use this stuff, you might want to set up a couple mixers. There are slabs of seafoam, which is just a chainsaw and that foam, and that cuts it into slabs. And I do believe there's all the different dye colors here. Should be 16 of them. The spray stuff, I'm sure you just spray it onto scaffolding. That's how you do it for the regular construction foam for IC2, so I'm pretty sure that's how you do it here. Holy crap, there's 256 uses in a can, so that's pretty good. You get 256 blocks out of one can, but you gotta have, 256 things of seafoam in there to make it full. And then there's also the remover here, which is sulfuric acid in an empty spray can, or nitric acid, which I'm going to have to say something to him about that. It doesn't have a texture. We had that problem over on Gregtech 5 a while back. Nitric acid, sulfuric acid, and saltpeter makes potassium bisulfate and nitric acid here. So that's a bit different than the way we were making nitric acid in Gregtech 5. Let's see. Seafoam is better than IC2 foam and also available in the 6 types of Gregtech slabs. Pre-colored seafoam spray also added the regular spray paint. So we also have this up here, the regular spray paint for painting things, and that just uses the chemical black dye and an empty spray can and a canning machine. And there's yeah, let's see, seafoam removal and seafoam hardening spray. So there's a hardening spray, which again is canning machine with silicon dioxide dust and empty spray can. And that gives you your hardening spray. Once I get Axel to update the server with Gregtech 6, I'll go make a canning machine and we can try these things. I don't have the stuff to make a canning machine right now, so we can't really try it here. Seafoam to Gregtech pipes and wires was added. Also makes them as blast resistant as regular seafoam blocks. There were some machines added, which is a mixer, a roaster. The roaster is for sulfuric ores and some other purposes. Chalcopyrite is a sulfuric one. So let's see. I do believe. Let's see. Yeah, crush the ore. And then get the dust. And then you can electrolyze the dust to get 4 of them. Will do copper, iron, and sulfur dust. Or you can put it in the roaster using oxygen and get a small pile of iron, a small pile of copper out of each one, and sulfuric dioxide. Sulfur dioxide can be put with sulfur dust to make, or can be put in an electrolyzer and make sulfur and oxygen, or it can be put in a mixer with platinum dust and make sulfur trioxide. You can also use vanadium pentoxide dust, or you can also put the sulfur dioxide and water together to make your sulfuric acid. This will probably be the main one you'd use it for, other than just electrolyzing it to get your oxygen back out to send back in, and then sulfur for torches or whatever. Let's go back here one. Look at the roaster here. We've got charcoal dust and oxygen, which will give just carbon dioxide. Graphene will do the same thing. Molybdenite will give you 3 tiny piles of molybdenium, and the sulfur dioxide, that's pentolite. That'll give you 4 tiny of nickel. Cobaltite give you cobalt and arsenic, and the sulfur dioxide. Sheldonite, 2 small piles of platinum dust, nickel, and palladium. Galena, you can get 3 and 3 of tiny silver and lead. Vanadium, you can get vanadium pentoxide dust, and then that can electrolyze to vanadium and oxygen, or you can mix it up for that sulfur trioxide. I guess that would be about the only reason you'd make that stuff. If I'm missing something, y'all can tell me. Carbon for carbon dioxide, coal coke for carbon dioxide, tetra for copper and iron and antimony, graphite, diamonds. That's an expensive way to make carbon dioxide right there. Pyrite, iron and sulfur, and then stibnite for antimony, just sulfur and oxygen to make sulfur dioxide, and sphalerite for zinc, and then the chalcopyrite we already looked at, and coal dust for carbon dioxide. Okay. Distillery mainly for potions and drinks, and a canner to be precise on the machines that he added. So let's look here. Distillery comes in steel, Ingvar, titanium, and tungsten. It needs HU, so it needs heat units. It uses 2 blaze rods, tiny steel fluid pipe, double copper plate, 2 glass in your tools for the steel, and it's going to be just a bigger pipe, and everything else is going to be the same other than the thing there. The roaster comes in the same flavors, steel, Ingvar, titanium, and tungsten. It's going to be steel fluid pipes, steel machine, double copper, and bricks. Ingvar will be the same exact thing, except you'll use Ingvar. Pipes and casing, titanium and tungsten, same exact thing. Now, the distillery, I'm going to have to get a little fancy here. Distilled. That should tell me. I need distilled water. There we go. Distillery. So we're going to use an integrated circuit here, which we can make them with a screwdriver and a regular circuit. Can put honey to make sugar and distilled water. Netherwort and distilled water will make an awkward brew. There's, 82. I'm not going to go through all of them. You got vodka for vodka. And then you just got a whole bunch of potions, which is what most of this is going to be. Here's the purple drink. Mundane brew and sugar will make your purple drink. Gotta have the purple drink. I'm trying to see if there's anything in here that's a poisonous brew. Yeah, I don't think I'm drinking that. Potato juice, that's how you make your vodka. Let's see what else we got here. Potion. Most of it's just going to be like your brews that you would normally make in a brewing stand. This is how you can make distilled water without the solar distillery from Industrial Craft, which is really, really slow. It's really cheap, but it's really slow. I'm going to set up one of these as soon as I get the steel to do it to feed my boilers. But that's basically all it does. About the same as it did back in Gregtech 5. I can't think of anything else that has really been added or changed here. And if there's anything that's really noticeable, I'll point it out when I find it. Let's see. There's a fire distinguisher. Just kidding, of course, it's a fire extinguisher. So I'll look that up. And I gotta look up the canner recipe for you here. So it's an empty can and the carbon dioxide that we were showing earlier, and that makes a fire extinguisher. Puts out fires, and you can fight blazes with it. So if you want to shoot some blazes with it, I can't wait to try that. Alright, let's check out this canner. Okay. Let's try this way. There we go, canning machine. So this we have in aluminum for that one, chromium, and chromium. So LV and MV take aluminum, and the top three take chromium. And they're going to use tin cables, stainless steel tubes, and circuits. And the only thing that's really going to change here, wait a minute, I don't think there is an MV. Yeah, I don't think there's an MV recipe. I think right now there's only the there's only the HV and the LV right now, because it's not changing. If I click on that one and then on that one, it doesn't change. So I'll have to say something to him about that. So the only real difference that I see here is the stainless steel pipes get bigger and the cables change to gold. So it'll be tin cables, copper cables, gold cables, aluminum cables. I don't remember what IV is, but that's the canning machine, which will basically just can anything that can be canned. I'm sure you can do the regular food things. This is how you can fill these glass tubes or unfill these glass tubes, and how you can fill cells, basic everything we had before. Can even use reactor craft things in here. See if there's anything really special in here. I don't see as there going to be. You can can the food just like you can an IC2 if you want to carry around canned food. Forestry cans are in here as well. Buckets. So just a whole butt ton of things that can be canned, same as with IC2 canning machine. Let's see what else is on here. Okay, this is where I told you guys a couple videos ago that he added something because of something I had said. And here it is. Added a shitload of compatibility recipes and patches. Not the shitload part was for me. One compatibility is that Coal Coke now has a from Immersive Engineering now actually puts out the dark ash. That's what all that dark ash right there is from. It's from me burning coal coke. And I thought I saved a piece back to show you guys that it actually had the melting point and stuff, but apparently I was a dumbass and didn't. He also has ethanol being able to be canned and uncanned. emptying buckets of it, things like that, and put his own version of ethanol from IE into the Gregtech system. The part that he added for me, though, was I went on the forum and asked what the conversion was between a shitload and a fuck ton. And the next thing in the changelog says a shitload is more than a fuck ton, but it is less than a don't give a fuck ton. I just thought that was hilarious. Pincers, which I already told you about. And due to popular demand, you can distill your vodka as often as you want. The end result will still be vodka. So you can distill it all you want. It's still going to be vodka. So that is your update rundown. I will do my best to get the machines made either here or on the server. And I don't have a regular sword, so you're going to get caught on fire and kicked the hell out of here because you're driving me crazy. And I hope you enjoyed watching me fail trying to make aluminum in this thing that I can't make aluminum in. I've got almost enough aluminum here to make another motor, or to make my electrolyzer if I can find the platinum. I've been digging around, still ain't found any platinum. Hopefully I'll run into, I did check the configs and there is platinum off of nickel, and there is regular nickel that spawns in the world, so I just have to go find a nickel vein, and I will do my best to do so I can get an electrolyzer made in the next few days. Because once I get an electrolyzer made, I've got all of this bauxite here, and most of this is bauxite here that I'm trying to get ran through. So I will have all kinds of aluminum just off of the tiny that I get out of all of that. Let me know what you think of the building up there and its progress, and anything that you would add, take away, change, whatever. Or if you're interested in helping me design it, I'll dedicate it to you, just like I did the 2 buildings that I've already done in the Gregtech 5 world. And give you your own special video showing off the design you did. So that's it. Have a good one. Take it easy. Check out the hard mode server intro that came up before this. Let me know what you think of my terrible weatherman impersonation, and I will see you guys later.